Yeah, and these top-down risk assessments don't understand that the workplace and the environment is dynamic. It changes every day, and that's why before doing hazardous tasks, people in these roles generally have to do a risk assessment before they do any activity to ensure that they're noticing any things that have changed in the work environment since they were last there. And there's thorough handovers as well.
Yep.
So if you're doing a once-a-year top-down risk assessment, you're really not understanding that workplaces are very dynamic. I mean, if anything, the pandemic should show us that a lot can happen in 12 months. So if your cadence for doing a top-down risk assessment is 12 to 18 months, you're missing out on a lot of hazards and a lot of potential psychosocial injury concerns.
Yeah, and again, if if all you're doing is a top-down assessment, you're really not you're not even doing a good hazard identification, let alone a risk assessment, because this really needs to be a bottom-up approach where you're doing really consultation in breadth and in depth, because you don't know the tolerances of your workforce, so it's because individual factors have such a significant role to play here, and the interaction between the workplace and the individual factors is significant. And if you don't do a really good consultation, then you're not going to know what are the hazards that are actually creating the greatest levels of distress for your work, and what are the hazards that are actually creating the greatest risk of psychological injury in your employees. The only way that you can get there is to do a really good quality consultation.